Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. I want to talk to you guys about the 7 bits of advice I wish I could tell my younger self. Let's get started. And if you like this video and you think other younger folks could benefit from it, I would be appreciative if you'd pass it on, because I think some of this advice would be something that I wish somebody would have told me when I was 20. So let me get started. First, number 1, and we've talked about this one, health is wealth. Basically taking good care of your health. That means eating properly, exercising, getting good sleep, and also your mental and spiritual health. All of those are important, and I feel like when we're younger, we don't think of that. We think we're going to live forever, and we're energetic, and we go without a lot of these things. We don't take care of ourselves, which can affect us later on. So your health is your wealth. That's number 1. Number 2, marriage and children. Well, I can tell you that when I got married, everybody else was getting married. And yes, I'm still married to my husband, and there are some wonderful things that we have in common, and we've got a lot going for us, but there's been some bumps along the way. I'm just being honest with you. We I feel, rushed into getting married. And when we went to college, when I did, you went to college for your MRS degree, if anyone knows what I mean. And my bit of advice is, don't feel like you have to get married because everyone else is. And if you do decide to get married, get some really good premarital counseling so you know what to expect. Because when I got married, I was young, I was in love, and I thought that the honeymoon and dating would last forever. But guess what? That does change. Real life happens. And a lot of times you can work those things out, but if you're prepared a little bit ahead, it can make it more fun and more enjoyable. Also, not everybody gets married and has kids, and it's not for everybody. When I was younger, I felt like in so many areas of my life, I had to fit in a box in all different areas. You don't have to. Some people want to get married and have a child. Some people want to be in their 20s. Some people want to be in their 30s. Some people don't want that. Some people want one child. Some people want a large family. What works for one may not be a good fit for another, so you have to do what works for you. What's good about nowadays is there's not as much pressure for women to be married when they're in their 20s. And nowadays it seems like it's okay to be in your 30s or 40s to get married. So at least the pressure is off, which is a really positive thing. That's number 2. Number 3, friendships. I've been really blessed with a lot of wonderful friends. My best advice with this is you don't need a lot of friends, just a few really good ones, and be careful who you share your heart with, because a lot of the things you say can come back to haunt you. So if you have some confidants, make sure it's people that want to build you up, that you help inspire one another, and somebody that's going to have your back, and you also are going to be there to encourage each other so that you can grow. Because the one thing you don't want is somebody that's going to keep you down, whether it's in your health, your finances, and all of that. So you only need a few good friends. Number 4, and we know this one, saving and investing. I'd never really saved a lot when I was young. I always wanted to use my money, and I didn't invest early in my 20s, which I wish I would have done that. But the earlier you can start investing, even if you could only start with $50, it's a start. And I say, as much as you can save and invest and live below your means, the better you are, because you're going to really appreciate that. Also with that, if you can stay debt-free, I know buying a home debt-free would be more challenging, but if you are able to do it on your income, do that. Keep your bills low. Live an enjoyable life, but really work on saving at least 10% of your income. And if you can invest 10% or 15%, that would be ideal. I know not everyone can though. Number 5, education and job. I know before I said that college is not for everybody. I just am saying if you don't know what you're doing, there's no point to go off to a university if you don't have an interest in going to college or furthering your education. I do agree, however, if you don't have any kind of education, trade school, something, or skills, it's going to be difficult to get a decent paying job. I understand all that. But do your research about what education route is best for you and what kind of jobs are out there that will fit your skills and your needs. That would be my advice, because I know it's great not to go into college debt, but just do what you can with that. I also agree the more skills you can have, the better, because it opens you up to more jobs. Also, more multiple streams of income. So that way, if one well dries up, you've got another backup. So you say you have a full-time job and on the side you do eBay and your other job gives up, you can maybe build up the eBay more. Also, I put down number 6, read as much as you possibly can. And with that, anything that interests you, but learn while you're reading and pick things that are going to help you with your future or help you now to become a better person. Something that you feel is good for you. Number 7, I like this one. March to the beat of your own drum. You don't live your life by committee. You don't have to do what everyone else is doing. I have still always wanted to be approved by everybody. I'm kind of tend to be a people pleaser over the years, and that hasn't gotten me anywhere except frustrated. And I've always felt like I had to fit into a box when it comes to so many areas of my life. And guess what? That keeps you down at other people's level. Sometimes you've got to step outside your comfort zone to really grow and to be as successful as you want. So do what works for you, not what works for someone else. And I put this down as a bonus. I tend to be impulsive and I tend to be reactionary. If that would be my other bit of advice I want to add to this, is that if you can take your time while making decisions, do your research, whether it's something you're purchasing, whether it's a job, whether it's education, whether it's anything, take time and do research before jumping ahead. In other words, read the fine print. So these are just some of my advice. I know this video went over a little bit. I tried to go through it quickly. Let me know anything you would like to tell your younger self or a younger person. Have any of these tips helped you? And what do you think about these tips? Would you agree with them, disagree with them? I always like to hear from you. Even if you disagree with me, I still love to know about it because it's an area that we can grow together. This is Money Mom signing off, and as always, I love you. Bye-bye.